Remember Bounty, the paper towel company? The quicker picker-upper? Biden, the quicker you-know-what-upper. If you got any kids in the room, get them out. Because I'm about to go off. They gone? Good. This is some fucking bullshit that's going on today. God rest their souls, the people that were viciously murdered yesterday. I will never, ever, ever get used to or feel like it's normal for kids or people or whoever just to die in these tragedies like these mass shootings and just scroll through my phone and say, oh, this is another one. There's another one. Never. Pray for their families, man. Pray for their families. Because that could be your family. Or could be you that happened to. We have a lot of mentally ill people here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm sure you have them too. They're all over the country, but they're very concentrated here. I can't speak for where you live, but here they are. I've never seen it like this besides California. We have a mental illness problem. It's not a gun problem. It's not a violence problem that the far right extremists are and the far MAGA people are mowing people down, or too many guns. We have a mental illness problem. But instead of addressing that, these evil piece of shit people will focus on and using someone's death to politicize an agenda to take our guns. Man, oh man. I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. Speaking of mental illness, let me ask you a question. What would you call this type of person? If you were sitting at home and you don't want a gate around your house, let's say you don't want a gate or any kind of boundary around your house, and you want to leave your door wide open, because having an open door is good. Who cares who comes in, right? And then someone comes in your house, one of those mentally ill people, or anybody comes in your house that wasn't invited, and they want to stay. And not only do they want to live there, but they want you to take care of them with your resources. They're not doing anything for you. They're not contributing to your ecosystem in your home. They just want to live there, use your resources, and want you to pay them to live there. What would you call that type of person? Would you call him an asylum seeker? You're talking to an idiot who's brainwashed, and I know a lot of them. And let me say this. If I'm offending you, good. You're a fucking idiot. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You are an absolute idiot if you think it's okay to have millions and millions of people come across our border and say they're asylum seekers. And not only should they come here, but we should help them and give them money. This great nation, with all this mental illness and all these asylum seekers, aka criminals, illegal immigrants, and some of them are asylum seekers. They're looking for asylum. The problem is, even if that person came in your house looking for asylum, they weren't invited and they weren't supposed to be there. Funny how these people who want the asylum seekers to come, they would never let them in their house. They don't want them in their cities. It's always the blue cities that say they should be here, aka being in Texas and Arizona. They can be all there because all they want is votes. They don't need them here, the blue states, except for cheap labor. They'll have enough for that, and then once that's enough, get out of my city. They don't want them here. Except stupid ass Mayor Johnson in Chicago. That guy's just an idiot. Well, he's doing what he's told. He's probably getting paid well. These people in these blue states, this country's going to hell in a handbasket. I got some friends, man, who are on that side, the evil side, that are okay with transgenders and taking their kids to strip shows. They're okay. They got guns, but they're okay if the government takes them from them. They're okay with that as long as the government says it's okay and you're not supposed to have it. They're okay with open borders. They don't think inflation's that bad. As long as the orange man isn't in office and there ain't no mean tweets. I got a personal friend, a guy I used to be in the military with. This man used to write on his Facebook page every day about Donald Trump. He ain't writing no more. Except he told me the other day or yesterday how good everything is and all this other stuff. United States of America is in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about living in fear. It's about what's going on, knowing what's going on. And these people that just watch the mainstream media, I don't care what your flavor is. Fox News, CNN, MSDNC, whatever. It's all a bunch of bullshit and they're all lying to the American people. Here's what you have to understand, right? They never let a good tragedy, go to waste. Never. And you guys know that. We got a new speaker in the House. We're about to find out what this guy is made of. Because again, I didn't like the fact that he was talking about Israel before our country, number one. But number two, did you see Jamal Bowman? You hear about that? And let me tell you something. Before all this stuff happened, the war and the Speaker of the House not having one for 3 weeks, he was happy as hell these last 3 weeks because nobody was looking at him. Jamal Bowman is the black dude who pulled a fire alarm on purpose. And then he lied about it and said, oh no, I was just trying to get to a meeting. You see that video clip? Here it is. Now let me ask you a question. Oh, look, he was saying he was looking to go vote. Does that look like a man that didn't know it was an emergency and he was looking to vote? He went in there, took the emergency signs down, pulled the fire alarm and walked off. What do you think is going to happen to him? You want to take a wild guess? Mike Johnson has got some work to do. Because once these people on the other side of the aisle, once they had the precedence, set the precedence of we arrest people for doing insurrections, he should be held to a higher standard than the regular civilians, in my opinion. He's a member of Congress. And me personally, he should get at least what the old women and the people from January 6th, they were just walking through like they're walking on a tour. He should at least get that, but I think he should get more. I think he should be arrested. I think he should get some felonies. And he should be in prison. He should never be able to run for Congress again or be in Congress. But do you think that'll happen? It's a two-tier justice system, ladies and gentlemen. Period, end of story. I don't care what you say. The video is out now. Not only did he do all that, but he fucking lied about it.
When the fire alarm was an accident?
You know, I don't know why this has gotten so much attention. I was literally just in a rush to go vote, man. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm. Are you afraid of any repercussions, either from leadership or from legally from Capitol Police?
I mean, listen, I take responsibility for what I did, you know, but like I said, I was in a rush to go vote, and, you know, investigation will sort everything else out.
Have you talked to Jeffries about it?
Oh, yeah, of course, since day one, yes.
How was that conversation?
Well, I got to keep that between me and the leader, so I'm not going to share that publicly.
He lied, straight up. He told a fucking lie. I cannot stand Jamal Bowman. I'm not saying I hate all Democrats or stuff, but we all have our own personal likings or dislikings, whatever our own little personal thing is. And as a black man, let me tell you two motherfuckers I can't stand. I can't stand a white liberal who tells me that I'm facing racism and I'm a victim and I'm here to help you. But I hate even worse, a black professional victim. I can't stand either fucking one of them. Let me tell y'all something. I hate Black Lives Matter for everything they stand for. And I can't stand a black person that plays victim. And not just plays victim, but uses his color and his status to pretend like he's a victim. I don't want to go too far from the house. I gotta go soon. You got a lot of these black celebrities that are bought and paid for, telling other black people they're victims. Meanwhile, they're millionaires. They're multi-millionaires telling you that racism is the number one thing in this country. Hear what Biden said last year, I think it was? He said it at a black school. He said the number one threat to America is white supremacy. Oh my fucking God. It ain't about black and white. It ain't about Republicans and Democrats. It's about good versus evil to this point. That's what it is. And we got a lot of fucking stupid ass people living in this country, man. I wear these kind of shirts. They get so fucking triggered. I don't care if you wear a Trump shirt, you don't like Trump. I don't give a shit if you don't like Trump. That's fine. But these people that got TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, there's about, out of every 10 people in America, I'd say about 3 people have it. Seriously. You know, there's half the country hates him. The other half is okay. And there's a couple in the middle that don't give a shit. Out of the half of that, more than 60% of them, I believe, got TDS. Everything that's going on in America right now. And mind you, he's not the president, Trump. It's Trump's fault.
Is one's Trump derangement syndrome causing more damage than anything that Trump could have actually done? And I think the answer is yes, because it's now causing us to not see that good work and then embrace and extend it. So much of the work that happened in that administration turns out to have been right. And that's what's so frustrating for me. The work on the border wall. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. Turned out it was right. Issuing long-term debt to refinance when rates were at 0. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. A structural peace in the Middle East. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. When are we going to stop shooting ourselves in the foot? And when are we going to actually see and take the time to look past who is saying things and actually listen to them word for word?
They'll tell you, oh man, life is good right now. They'll tell you, inflation's all right as long as it's Biden. Listen, Joe Biden. Now, when I make these kind of shirts, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Biden is not running this country. We both know that, okay? Biden is a puppet getting his puppet strings pulled. And let me tell you the guy I'm really scared of. The guy I'm really scared of that makes Biden look like an angel is Gavin, the American Psycho Newsom. You ever seen that movie, American Psycho? If you haven't, Google it. And then Google a picture of Gavin Newsom. That's what I'm talking about, okay? This guy was in China the day before yesterday, day before. He was over there. He's the pseudo president right now. He's acting like he's the president. Now, I will say this. This man is talented, okay? He is running the worst state by far. He turned the best state in America, California. California used to be such a beautiful city, man. It's so beautiful. You couldn't pay me to even go visit there. It's so disgusting. Now, you can't take away the weather and the location. It's still beautiful land and stuff like that. But the policies, my God, if you let this guy get into office, you think Justin Trudeau is bad in California? They're like cousins, by the way. They're like evil twin brothers, those two. Gavin Newsom will make Joe Biden's America now look like Disneyland. Well, not Disneyland now, the old Disneyland. Gavin Newsom is the purification of evil in this world. I'm scared to death of that guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, because he's such a talented talker. He will literally be standing on a pile of shit and tell you, hey, look at this. This is great, isn't it? It smells good, and you'll fall for it. I know people from California. I've lived in Las Vegas for 3 years, and I've met a lot of people, hundreds of people here that are from California that left California, not because they hate Gavin Newsom, is because, all the prices are up. So what do you think about Gavin Newsom? Oh, he's okay. He's going to give us reparations. He's going to give us reparations. Let me talk about reparations for a minute. If you're a black person watching this and you think you deserve reparations, get the fuck off my channel. You're a fucking idiot. Okay? Let me get this straight. You're going to get reparations. You don't even know, you've never met a slave at all. I haven't either. My grandma knew some slaves very late in their life. You want to get paid for something that someone else did to someone else that you don't know. And you want someone else here now to pay for it. Where's the money coming from, by the way? And when does it stop? Who gets it? When does it stop? How much do you get? Where's the money coming from? You fucking idiot. Okay? And take a guess what party of people want that, okay? Oh my gosh. We got a lot of work to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very interested to see what this man, Mike Johnson, does about Jamal Bowman and closing these fucking borders. Because this is not a problem of illegal immigrants here. This is an invasion of our country. Let me say that again. Our country is being fucking invaded by the thousands a day. I watched Senator Kennedy yesterday, excuse me. I love Senator Kennedy, John Kennedy from Louisiana. I love Louisiana. You know what I mean? I love Louisiana. Senator Kennedy, he's one of my favorite politicians now. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House from Louisiana. Louisiana's all right. And also, I think they have a Louisiana, is it New Orleans? They got a new mayor or something? Yeah, okay. He asked these people that are in charge of something with the border. He says, hey, how many people are coming across the border? They didn't know.
Since President Biden's been president, how many non-American citizens have come into our country illegally or on the basis of a claim of asylum?
Thank you, Senator. HSI, as an investigative agency, is...
Do you know the number?
No, Senator.
You're a senior member of Homeland Security, are you not?
That's correct.
Does anybody know the number? None of you know the number. Try 8 million. Now, of that 8 million, how many were children, Mr. Morant?
I don't have that number, Senator.
You don't know. Does anybody know? None of you know. Isn't that special?
You know why they didn't know? Because they don't care. They don't want to know. And they don't want you to know about how many people come across this border. How is Secretary Mayorkas, the guy that's in charge of all this, how is he not in prison? Forget losing his job. That man needs to be in fucking prison. Again, two-tier justice system. Mike Johnson, I got a message for you. You better put all those January 6 tapes out. Now listen, we all know that the Democrats have 2/3 of the government right now, right? They got the Senate and they got the executive branch, and the Republicans have the House. But what the Republicans have to do is they have to beat on the door of getting Joe Biden evidence out there that he did these things. They did it to Donald Trump, even if Donald Trump did it or didn't do it, okay? Because I know a lot of you don't think he did. Some of you think he didn't. Whatever, you know. I know what's 91 felonies, 4 fucking indictments. Never in the history of America have we had 1 indictment on a president, and now we have 4. We got to do the same thing as Americans. I'm not a Republican. As Americans, you got to do the same thing to these evil people. Democrat evil people and Republican evil people. The establishment, the fucking swamp, the evil people, okay? You got to hold Joe Biden accountable. He is beholden to China. Look what Gavin Newsom was doing in China the other day with his mentor, the Chinese guy, Xi Jinping, or whatever the fuck his name is. They're the true enemy, ladies and gentlemen. We got to have the January 6 tapes come out. Do you think the Democrats, when the January 6 tapes come out, because we know the little ones that Tucker Carlson put out on Fox News. That's the reason he was fired, by the way, among many reasons. And then Kevin McCarthy, who's the biggest swamp creature ever, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, because he talks a good game, Kevin McCarthy. By the way, he's the one that sabotaged all those votes that were all fucked up the last 3 weeks. That was Kevin McCarthy, by the way. But we'll get into that in another video. Kevin McCarthy was supposed to, show the January 6 tapes. He didn't do it. Mike Johnson has got to show all the tapes. Right? Everything. And again, I'm not saying people shouldn't get arrested and stuff if they broke some laws. But if it wasn't like they said it was, like CNN and MSDNC and NBC and nothing but crap and CBS and all those other lamestream media stations lied, if they come out with the real tapes, then what you have to do, Republicans, you got a slim majority rule. You got to take all this stuff up to the Senate. Now, the Senate will turn it down because of stupid-ass Chuck Schumer. And even if Chuck Schumer passes, which he won't, you think Joe Biden's going to sign off for that? No. But you got to show the American people this is what's going on. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of these people are stupid still. You can show them what's going on. You can say, hey, this. You could show it to them right in their face. But once they see the other stuff that, they've been bombarded with January 6th, January 6th, January 6th. Again, Democrats are not the only one that did this. George Bush, the neocon George Bush did it too. George Bush II. Terrorists. Remember that? WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. I call it weapons of misdirection because there was none out there, but a whole bunch of people died. They want to keep us at war, ladies and gentlemen. January 6th was some bullshit, and you know it was. Jamal Bowman should be put under the jail and should never be a congressman again. God bless the families for those people that died. We're living in a two-tiered system. I'm going to put this tweet up right here. I want you to read that real quick. Pause it and read it. That's what they want, ladies and gentlemen. They don't give a shit. Now, those are the problems. What are the solutions for us, right? We do what we always talk about, right? You can try to convince your families and friends, but I'm telling you right now, most of your family and most of your friends, or you call friends, because we're in a civil war, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know we're in a civil war right now, because if the history books look back on us, the Civil War started probably 2020 with the George Floyd riots or something, or maybe even earlier, I don't know. Or maybe when Trump came in office. But we're really going to be in a civil war, especially with all this stuff with Israel and Pakistan, and the Palestinian people and what Hamas did. But you got to pick a side, non-violently. I'm not saying to get violent. And you got to talk to your family and friends. And if they don't want to get on the good side, the American side, God's side, I love you, but I can't do nothing for you. It's almost like they're zombies, right? You know Walking Dead. You've seen The Walking Dead. If your loved one got bit and became a zombie, which most of these people are so stupid, they're probably dumber than zombies. They just say, hey, Biden's great and the economy's great and Trump's bad and the people with the TDS, you're not going to change those people's mind. Fuck them. I'm not saying don't love them and all that stuff, but if shit goes down, hey, they're on the other side. That's it. But what you also can do is be ready, right? Stay informed, stay strong spiritually, put God in your life, have a strong mind and a strong body, get your money right, and get with some patriots in your neighborhood. I met a real nice lady last week. I'm coming to see you tomorrow too. And real nice lady. And you need to talk to people that are like-minded like you, because once you start talking to these people, you'll realize really quickly that although you do love your family, don't not love your family, but you'll have more in common with these people. And when shit goes down and people are fighting on one side and the other, you're going to be sticking with the God-fearing patriots, the people that love America. Have you ever noticed the other side? The flags they fly, they don't have Bibles in their hands. They're all atheists, most of them. And they got LGBTQ flags. They don't have American flags. They hate this country. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Keep your head on a swivel. And do what you got to do to protect you and yours, all right? I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.